All right, guys, that's all. That's really all the space news. We got racing in 3 hours, so let's talk about what we want to do in KSP. We're gonna do what's called a trade study. Trade studies for new space missions. I'm gonna fire up KSP here, and we're gonna start figuring out what we want to do. More Minecraft speed builds for 3 hours. Oh gosh, no. Let's do this. Let's do this now. One thing that Probe and Drogue has on the new docking adapter is given the probe aspect that allows for a margin, albeit a very small margin, not for being 100% on point in approach. That's what the pedals on IDSS are for, Creeper, but yeah. Personally, Creeper, if I had to guess, if Space Station Freedom had become a thing, I'm willing to guess they probably were just going to take an Apollo docking port and take the LEMS docking port and make a module out of that. Like Space Station Freedom would have literally had like an Ascent module, right? An Ascent module with an Apollo adapter on one side, or a CBM, something like. Actually, hold on one second. Let me look. I gotta look at something. Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. Hey, Louie. I turned 29 an hour ago and having a grand time. You'll not believe this. I got the Lego Saturn V rocket. Nice, man. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Why shouldn't you fight a dinosaur? You'll get Jurassic kicked. Oh, I get it. Yep, okay. You're probably right. What would happen if propulsion failed on the station? Yeah. Well, T-Man, if the propulsion failed on Zvezda, they still have Zarya. It's redundant, and Nauka could do the maneuvering too, technically, if they really wanted to. So it's triple redundant. If all three of those failed in that unlikely scenario, get the frick out. Yeah. Leave. Or use a capsule to steer the station until you figure out a solution. So, guys, what I'm looking at here, let me check something. I just thought of something. So Space Station Freedom. What would they have done if if Space Station Freedom had become a thing? Let me look at some of these concept renders, because the ISS is derived from Space Station Freedom. A lot of the ISS modules were already started to be manufactured from Space Station Freedom. I'm trying to look and see if there's any renders about a shuttle docking ring. Yeah, see? These are mock-ups of Space Station Freedom right here. But look, these are all modules, like the cupola, for instance, that ended up being the ISS. That's what the ISS looks like right now. That's Johnson Space Center. This is the training thing. I'm wondering if the Quest airlock was the original idea for the docking ring for the shuttle. I'm interested, because on the space shuttle itself, the docking ring, right, is the airlock. So when the shuttle flies, it has the docking port right here, right? It's just behind the crew compartment inside of the payload bay. That does two things. It's an airlock and the docking ring to get to the space station. I'm wondering, what was their solution for docking these two together? Because at the time when Space Station Freedom came around, how many different... I mean, they're not going to use a Russian one. Obviously not. What other docking systems did we have? How do they build the rail trail on the ISS? Truss segments. Some of the most complicated shuttle missions out of all the assembly missions, Pop. The truss segments were the heaviest thing that the shuttle ever moved into space. They were complicated missions because they would have to assemble the truss segment and then take the truss segment and install it. Some assembly required. Literally IKEA furniture in space. Think about that for a second. Yep, those were complicated. Those are very complicated. Yeah, see these renders of Space Station Freedom. They have the Canadarm, they have the MMUs, they have a shuttle, but what does the shuttle dock to? What docking system did Skylab use? Apollo. Let's see. Yeah, all these are garbled. What is this? What the hell? Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. Yeah, I don't know how that was gonna work, but yep, okay. I mean, that's just a concept. There's the power tower. That was a cool idea. Yeah, they abandoned that. And they gave the revised baseline configuration, which is basically just the freaking ISS. Yeah, if Space Station Freedom looks familiar, it's because the Space Station Freedom project ended up becoming the ISS. What is that? I don't understand. What are these? Those are the docking rings. They would have gone up in the shuttle. Think of it like the airlock is connected to the station. That's the shuttle airlock module. Oh. And the shuttle would use its active and passive latching system in the payload bay to dock. That's actually really smart. That's really smart. That's a really smart way to do that. So they wouldn't have used... No, it wouldn't have been Apollo-derived at all. I was wondering if the Quest airlock was going to have like if they would have put an Apollo docking system on the end of it. Like, because those were the docking systems that exist. But you don't even have to. Yeah. That's really smart. The crazy thing is, guys, is that those existed. These existed. But instead of putting a CBM on the end, they put APAS on the end. They put Buran's docking port on it. I see how this works. Yeah, those existed. They flew in the shuttle. But instead of having a CBM on the end, instead of having the common berthing mechanism on the end, they had APAS. And then the shuttle would have docked right here? How the heck were you going to do that? So see the pins? See the latching mechanism? The shuttle could release these. It could deploy them, and you could pull stuff out of the payload bay. They would have used the latching mechanism as the docking system. So the shuttle would just fly in, right? And it would latch and use this as the alignment, right? And then this piece would be attached to the space station right here where the docking port is, and then right there is another hatch. There's another hatch right there because this piece is supposed to be the airlock as well. And it is on the shuttle. See the airlock hatch on the side? So that must have... It morphed into that. Yeah. So, this piece right here, the Quest airlock, This is it. That's the piece. The Quest airlock is that. That's what it is. And the Quest airlock is also derived from the shuttle's it has to be. Because if you look at the Quest airlock design, you see how it's like big in the back and then it tapers in and then you have this piece like that. That's the same. It's a similar shape as the PMA. Dude, I gotta ask some of my buddies at NASA, is the Quest airlock derived? The Quest airlock is derived from this thing. Because if we look at the renders of Space Station Freedom, right? You look at the renders of Space Station Freedom, that is the Quest airlock, but it has that truss segment on it, just like that does. And the airlock here that the shuttles carried, I know are the same airlocks as the one that's on the joint airlock. That was how they were going to do it. But they switched to Russian docking ports because Shuttle Mir. And so they needed to come up with another system, hence the PMAs. I'm pretty sure that's how that all went together. That's cool, man. Oh, that's so neat. That's a weird way to dock, though. I will say, that's a very... From the wiki page, the crew airlock segment was derived from the space shuttle's external airlock. And the reason it's derived from that, Thomas, is because they wanted to use the airlocks as docking mechanisms on Space Station Freedom. Yeah, see those things right here? See that? That's that. It's the Quest airlock. The Quest airlock was their shuttle docking system, but they never did it because they didn't need to, because ISS. Interesting. Interesting. That's really cool. Another shot of L85. Let me see. That's beast. That's really cool. That's cool. Also, that's cool. Also, yeah. I'm still a tad confused, but I think I follow. The transporter needs some cleaning. Yeah. Also explains why there were multiple docking standards on the ISS originally, literally throwing multiple space station programs together. Yep. Bust out MS Paint. I'd rather just grab Maya again, guys. So I can explain it. Alright, give me 1 second, dudes. I'll explain this. So, go here. Go to the ISS. Let's go here. Maya would be a better way to do it, Barrel. Alright. So, let's go to our ISS model. And the module that we were looking at is the Quest Joint Airlock. This thing. That's how they go outside the space station. There's the airlock. See it? So see this skinny piece right here? That skinny piece is derived from the shuttle's airlock mechanism. So the shuttle has an airlock so astronauts can go outside. It's right here. You're looking at it. And if we let me find a better picture of it, fellas. Alright, this one will work. Look. So the shuttle's airlock. See the hatch on the side right here? That's the airlock hatch. So you can depress this module. You can depressurize it, right? And you could go outside. It looks like for Space Station Freedom, see this whole thing right here? That whole thing can pop out and become, is for Space Station Freedom, they wanted to attach this thing to the space station. And then for the shuttle to be able to dock to it, they wanted to use the locator pins that put it into the payload bay. That's called the active-passive latching system right there. They wanted to use that as the docking port. And then right here, the shuttle has a hatch that's behind the that's at the back of the mid deck. There's a hatch right there. The hatch is actually similar to this right here. There's a piece right here that is very similar to that hatch. We know that the Quest airlock is derived from the shuttle's module. It's literally that thing right there, the circular part. This part. It's the same piece. Creeper, if you take, see that? Same piece. That's a shuttle airlock. If you take this piece right here, so take the Quest airlock, right? And then put this truss segment around it, right? So in this design, where this docking port is right there, is this big wide piece instead. All right. So the truss segment system, the shuttle payload bay system would be all like right here. If you do that, you combine the truss segments here, these bars that are around that, put it over the Quest airlock module, right? You get that right there. That's what it's supposed to look like. That's what they were going to do. They were going to have the shuttle just basically dock to one of these that was stationary on the space station. That's really smart. That's a really good way of doing that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. And then when the shuttle started flying, they said, screw that, we'll just use this instead because we have the Russian docking ring on the end from Shuttle Mir. Interesting. This was supposed to be a space station module, and the shuttle just ended up flying with it. Now why? Why would you want to make this a space station module and not have the shuttle bring it up every time like what they ended up doing? Well, if the shuttle wants to dock to the space station every time, you're going to have to lug this thing up there. They probably thought that was a less risk-adverse way of doing it this way instead. Yeah. Can you tell me what those things are on the side of the airlock? These? Storage. Literally storage lockers. Yeah. The ring right here is where they store the spacesuits. This has storage for couple of spacesuits here. So they have storage for the spacesuits, and then they have a hatch right here, a CBM derived hatch. And then you have the hatch to go outside. So there's a hatch here and a hatch here. And then this cylinder, that cylinder is what depressurizes. Yep. So that kind of proves. Okay, I was wondering how they would have docked to Space Station Freedom, and I looked at the docking ports, and the docking ports in the Space Station Freedom renders look exactly like the Quest Join airlock. So the Quest Join airlock probably is a Space Station Freedom shuttle docking adapter, but they ended up never using it as that. But they still needed an airlock, so they just took the shuttle docking pieces off and just made it an airlock instead. I'm pretty dang sure. Yeah.
Discovery, go and
so like on Space Station Freedom, this thing, right? On Space Station Freedom, why is it selecting pieces out here? Whatever. It doesn't like that when I do that. On Space Station Freedom, this would have been up here instead. It would have looked like that, right? It would have looked like that. And if you take, let's take some, let me see if there's anything that has shuttle payload bay parts on this. Here, Rasvet. All right, let's take the Rasvet module, right? Rasvet has the shuttle pins on it. See those, the payload, the active-passive latching system? It has those, right? Rotate it into position and put it right there. Like that. And now if I how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Separate the objects there, right? Get rid of that. Right? Go in here like this. Get rid of all the Rasvet parts, right? I mean, this is a very crude version of this, but put the truss segment pieces on the end of this right there, right? Like that. That's literally the render from Space Station Freedom. See? It's the same thing. That's what that is, Creeper. Look, it's the same shape. I mean, the concept art is a little bit different, but that's the same exact shape. Ha, a crude version. Yeah, EJ, I sent you a link. Oh. Mutter. And we broke it. Ah, there we go. I broke it. A crew version. Novus, do you see that? Look, that's what it was supposed to do. They were going to use the passive latch system. They were going to use the passive latch system as a docking port. I can't tell if that's really smart or really stupid. Like, why would you do that? That's not... it's not a bad idea, but also... It is, but it also really isn't. Like, I can't decide whether that's a good idea or not. So, like, check this out. I actually got to rotate the Quest airlock. Hold on. Let me undo that. The airlock would have been like this, right? The airlock would have been like that, right? And look, the hatch for the airlock is facing up, right? And if you look at the shuttle docking to the space station, like, let's back it up. You look at how the shuttle docks to the space station, it docks, yeah, see? It docks with the hatch facing exactly towards the back of the space shuttle's... It's basically lining up exactly with the hatch that's on the back of the crew tank inside the space shuttle, which is right there. It lines up perfect with it. That's cool, man. What is this, and why does it say KSP? I'm theory crafting some stuff out for the space program, Swishio. Look at this monstrosity of a concept. Yeah, the dual keel. Smart idea. My last is an idea why. Yeah, exactly, Gaw. You left the space station up there. Or you left the docking ring up there, and the space shuttle just uses its pins. The pins are already on the shuttle. You found the payload user's guide here. I don't need to save that. Let's check this PDF here, and then we'll check the next one. Guys, what I'm doing is I'm doing trade studies. I'm looking into different things. Why doesn't it like doing that? I'm looking into different ideas for what I want to do in KSP. That's why I'm titled under KSP right now. Yeah, Fractal, I don't know. I don't know what there must have been some kind of system. We'd have to figure out how the shuttle attaches to that piece. Yeah, see, there they are. Yeah, Mutter, I see it. Page 10, 290 in the document. Oh. And then they could dock the shuttle to an unpressurized segment, which is just the truck. Whoa! Wait a minute. Yo, you could dock the shuttle to the truss segment with this. They had a passive version. Keep in mind, they did at the time, they didn't have APAS. This is with a system that already existed. Yeah. They did a study to use a 2 SSME version of Shuttle C for assembly at the station. Whoa, this is... Dude, that's real smart. Man, that's a really good idea. With the passive berthing mechanism. This makes it so the shuttle could dock to the damn truss segments. Like, they could put one of these things with no airlock on it. They could attach it out here, and the shuttle could go and dock out there. That's what this means. Look, berthing modifications. For the first 5 Space Station Freedom assembly flights, the Space Shuttle Orbiter will be mated to the Space Station Freedom by using the Shuttle Remote Manipulator System. The Shuttle Orbiter will approach Space Station Freedom and prior to contact initiate station keeping to null out any rate differentials. That's what they ended up actually doing. The SSRMS will then grapple Space Station Freedom and bring the unpressurized berthing adapter, UBA, into the orbiter payload bay as shown in Figure 1. The UPA consists of a trunnion structure attached to the Space Station Freedom mobile transporter. What the frick? Wow, your category is KSP. Are you lost? I'm doing trade studies for KSP right now, guys. I'm trying to figure out good ways to do things for the new space program that I want to make in Kerbal. That's why like you don't see much Kerbal being played here, but that's the reason. I'm looking for ideas. Doing some research. I'm figuring out some things. Right now I'm figuring out how the space shuttle was going to dock to Space Station Freedom without the Russian docking adapters that the shuttle used. And believe me, this is strange. Yeah, there's the pressure tunnel. Space Station Freedom pressure tunnel. There's your pressure tunnel right there. And the pressure tunnel ended up flying on the Quest airlock. Man, that's cool. What? The following paragraphs describe how the orbiter modifications required to provide the capability to dock the orbiter to Space Station Freedom. In order to facilitate a pressurized docking to the space station, the shuttle orbiter airlock currently located in the crew cabin will be removed and modified and mounted in the orbiter payload bay. That's something they did. They did that for the ISS. They moved the airlock used to be inside of the middeck. The docking mechanism will be mounted on top of the external airlock. The removal of the airlock from the crew cabin will increase the available habitable volume in the crew cabin. Okay, that's literally what I just said. The shuttle orbiter airlock will require structural modifications to support the docking system and facilitate placement in the payload bay. A trunnion structure will be added to the existing airlock, which will carry the docking loads. That's this stuff. These are the trunnions right here, which will carry the docking loads and support the airlock in the orbiter payload bay. The structure will be mounted on the bottom of the external airlock to provide truss attachment points and a keel trunnion. So, down here. A flexible bellows similar to the current Space Lab design will be mounted on the orbiter XO576 bulkhead and extend to the external airlock. They prototyped this with Space Lab. Oh, that's cool, man. In addition, an adapter ring and B-type hatch will be mounted on top of the airlock to facilitate crew transfer. So this thing. The Space Lab derived thing is the one that's down here. This part, right there. That's derived right from the space shuttle. Look at the power connection. Resource transfer hardware. The following Space Shuttle Orbiter modifications will be required to facilitate resource transfer after the Space Shuttle Orbiter is berthed to Space Station Freedom. Electrical and data hardware transfer. To remote-operated electrical umbilical, ROU, Figure 2 will provide electrical data and interfaces between the orbiter and Space Station Freedom. It can be mated and demated on command from the orbiter aft flight deck. The ROEU mounts on the bridge rail of either the port or starboard side of the orbiter payload bay. Power transfer. For Space Station Freedom assembly missions, MB2 and MB3, the Space Shuttle Orbiter will be required to provide electrical power for the initial Space Station Freedom power-up. The Auxiliary Power Control Unit, APCU, is required to convert orbiter 28 volts DC power to Space Station Freedom 120 volt DC power. Well, we've often asked in times previously what power system the shuttle is running. It's running a 28 volt, which is pretty standard aviation stuff, believe it or not. The two APCUs will be located on the orbiter payload bay and will transfer power using the ROU. In the Space Station Freedom renders, they have something sticking out of those docking ports in some of the concept art. No. Where is it? Scanning. Why can't I find it? Alright, let's just go here. I know it's on right there. Yeah, see? They have those things sticking out on the side. See that? And it looks like it's on a retractable piece. See that thing right there? That's the power umbilical. It's the power umbilical. Payload disconnect assembly, PDA. There it is. Hey, Jonathan. 30-month resub. So they ended up, here's what they ended up doing. They ended up wiring this into an APAS because APAS ports can transfer power. It's built into the design. Look on the truss in that concept. It has a shuttle docking thingy on it as well. Yeah, they have... Dude, they have the passive berthing mechanisms out here. Oh, man. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. With extra commodities, Thomas, if I had to guess. They ended up doing something like this on the ISS. Just attaching shuttle pallets to the truss segment. Damn, that's smart. So you could put the shuttle out here. You could put it out on the end if you really wanted to. I'm going to go ahead and guess that these fixtures are... Yeah, man. Oh... And, fellas, you know what I just noticed? Look, one of the power umbilicals is on the right side of this docking port, and the other one is on the left. So one shuttle could come at it like this, and the other shuttle could come at it like this, and you could have two shuttles next to each other. One of them would have the nose of the shuttle facing towards Earth, and the other one would have the nose of the shuttle facing towards space. You could have two shuttles dock. See how the umbilicals are on either side? God damn it. That is so ridiculously freaking cool. Oh my goodness. If I had known about this stuff when I made Collins, holy crap. So would the shuttles need extra fuel cells for extra power? Not needed. No, it's an inverter. There's an inverter built into this catch arm right here, Geeson. You can convert 20, yeah, well, it's not an inverter. What would it be? A transformer. Okay, electrical engineers, how do you step down voltage? It's a transformer, right? A transformer of AC. Well, the space station, you have to use DC. It's all DC because it's all airplane derived. It's DC, it's DC like a car. Transformer of AC. Step up or step down converter if it's DC. Step down. Yeah. DC is best C. Nice try, Thomas Edison. Transformer buck converter. Yeah, this has it in it. It's built into it. We just read it. It's right there. The Auxiliary Power Control Unit, APCU. Where is it? Yeah, this would have... You know what's crazy? The shuttle could power the station with this thing. Or the station could power the shuttle. So shuttles could literally stay up there indefinitely. Oh my god, that's so freaking cool. Oh, we should have just done this. We should have just done this. This is so much cooler than the ISS. I'm sorry. This is so much freaking cooler. Oh my god. Dude. You know what's crazy? All this stuff was designed with the shuttle. The shuttle payload bay was all designed to do stuff like this, where you could just mount different parts inside of the payload bay. Think about all this stuff. All this stuff the shuttle was designed to do, and it never did. And NASA does. That's a first attempt at a reusable vehicle. And NASA did it on the Gemini program's budget. What in the actual frickety fricks? That's unreal. Attenuator, capture ring, support ring. That looks a lot like APAS. Oh no. It's the Apollo Soyuz. Thomas, NASA was going to steal APAS. It's Apollo Soyuz test prototype docking mechanism. And they would have had access to APAS 75 at the time because they needed it, because the APAS docking ring and the Apollo Soyuz test project adapter launched on a Saturn 1B. They were going to steal APAS. Oh no! Oh no, that's terrible! Holy crap! What a revelation that is. Huh. Mutter, you said... page 10. Let me see. Huh. Pretty sure the U.S. worked with the Soviets on said system, so they only had to steal the Soviet bits. Well, yeah, it was a joke. The Apollo Soyuz adapter obviously had to be designed concurrently, so, yeah, I don't know. Where did you find these docs? NASA Technical Resources, ntrs.gov. Or ntrs.nasa.gov. This is where all the public information about NASA technologies of the past, it's all up there. That's how I figured out how to make the X-33 in Kerbal. Dude, I raid NTRS on the regular. Like, guys, I always say, like, oh, you know, I read a lot about space. That's where I go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. NTRS, raid NASA Technical Resources. It's all public information. No problem. What the frick is this? Oh, those are CBM drive arms. They use those. These are on the space station. These are the drive arms for the CBM. That's cool. Yeah, that's how the CBM hooks itself together. They drive the arms in and it clamps it. Can I get a link to this one? Sure. Oh, is this cool or what, man? Yeah. And Thomas, look, they had an ABM. CBMs are a passive mechanism, but it looks like they had a design for an ABM as well. Oh. Oh no. All this stuff that was designed, man. Mute the audio since it's terrible, but this has an interesting model of freedom and a bunch of dynamic analysis. All right, we'll check this out, and then I gotta fire up Kerbal. We gotta do some trade studies.
Is our atmosphere. It seems so fragile, yet it shields all living things. From Freedom's orbit, 250 miles above the Earth, our home planet is perceived as a delicate living organism that needs to be protected through international cooperation.
I like the audio.
Freedom's external
terrible audio makes me feel at home.
Payloads are attached to
a I grew up with terrible audio like this.
Instruments are trained on the sky as well as Earth. Information gathered enhances research in astronomy, oceanography, geology, and meteorology, changing the way we understand our world. Keep the station running. The space station itself begins in the cargo bay of the shuttle. 28 missions carry pressurized modules from the United States and our international partners, Canada, Europe, and
Goes good, Hellfish.
The shuttle brings truss structure, solar arrays, and experiments, all to be assembled in space. In the late
it's Dan Brandenstein. That's real mission audio that they're putting over.
A new era begins. Now that we can live and work in...
Huh. Hell, Hydra, what was the second one? Hold on, let me check. What was the second one here? Okay, this audio might be trash. No, Creeper, it's fine. This is helping me understand stuff. The reason why I kind of rolled with it, dude, is because, you see how well thought out all this stuff is? It's so smart. How, like, this is how NASA, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that current NASA doesn't do this, but you see how smart all this is? How it's all really just designed to just fit together and it makes sense and it's really intuitive? That's good spaceflight architecture. And this, honestly, I read this and it proves to me that the shuttle could have been amazing. It proves, I mean, basically I already knew that. But they had all this potential planned for the shuttle. This is insane. Like, look at this adapter ring. Oh, that's so cool. Like, I want our architecture for KSP. I want the architecture for KSP to be this well thought out. It needs to, like, I want it to be like this. I want it to be the end-all, be-all. This is the best architecture that I can come up with that's not an SSTO. Or a space shuttle. I don't know. Maybe this is making me want to bring Collins back, but I don't know how the heck I'm going to put that thing together. This is most excellent. I grew up with videos like this. I love it. Kids pointing at the sky. So innocent. I love it. I see the space station, Daddy! Adjust the tracking, chat. That's a pretty good render for the late 80s, man. It's a pretty damn good 3D model for like 1989. I mean, we got half of it, Shaw. We got half of it, but, you know, dude, all right, before we watch this video, you know what I can't help but think? The ISS is a consolation prize to Space Station Freedom. The shuttle is a consolation prize to the Apollo program. Commercial Crew is a consolation prize to the Constellation program. I'm noticing a recurring pattern here, and I don't like it. I know, Jim, this is cutting edge for the late 80s, man. That's really good. I mean, dude, look at that. That's a really good render for 30 freaking years ago. People didn't even know what a render was. You say render in 1989, Jim, and they think you're talking about drawing on a piece of paper. These are solar arrays. Right, Panta? Yeah, exactly, Dish, right? Yeah, you say computer render freaking 30 years ago, people are gonna be like, what? Hell Hydra, did you notice that? Thomas, what do you see on this screen? This was about the same time, Hillness. Huh. Beta joints. Yep. That's actually how the solar panels on the ISS work. That was unchanged from Space Station Freedom. It's the same thing. I love the NASA football field. Because it's the 80s and frick soccer. No one cares. Xenophobia. Wait, what? Yeah, those ended up being a thing. Yep. It unwinds itself. Yep. And the solar panels are literally like a sail unfurling on a sailboat. Same thing. But the mast is telescopic. Smart, huh? That's a thing. Those are how the solar panels work up there. But yeah, this is the part we want, right here. How does this work? Okay. This is awesome. Wow,
where'd you get this? Yeah, that looks military. Definitely military. Yeah. Oh, come on. You're giving away all our best tricks.
Remember the times when I told you to tell you when you're being rude and insensitive? You're doing it right now.
Go straight to Falcon's Maze. You guys are real dopes. Go right to Falcon's Maze, the first list in the game.
Such a good movie tape. Hey, Laughnoff, what's up? I'm watching some. I know I'm titled under KSP right now. I'm doing some research for how I want to set up my new space program for Kerbal. So we're watching videos about the space station right now. This is a dynamic analysis for Space Station Freedom, which was the space station project before it became the ISS. So I'm just doing some kind of trade studies right now. Yeah. If you're coming in and you don't see me playing KSP, I'm just watching some. I'm collecting some research. I'm taking notes here. Let's go over here. Those computers are BAMF. Yes, this man, who is 25 years old, but looks like he's 73. Yeah, Shut's right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Cyborg. I always try to do this. This is how I learn. This will make you a better KSP player. I mean, if you make something, I remember I made space stations like the ISS, like in 2015, 2016, whenever I docked something to them or whenever I moved them around, they did that. That was mostly because of the Kraken, but still. There's drag up there, 619. There is wind, but it's at like maybe 0.0000001 psi or something like that. The ISS experience is drag. Yeah, That's why they have this dynamic analysis, because the solar arrays on the ISS do that. They wiggle. They wiggle because even up at 400 kilometers, or what is it, 260, 270 miles, somewhere around there, there's still atmosphere. There's not enough atmosphere to breathe. I wouldn't suggest going outside the ISS and taking your helmet off. That probably wouldn't end well. But there is still air molecules up there, and it does create a perturbing force. In this case, it's a deceleration. That's why they're doing dynamic analysis, because NASA anticipated this. So this video from 35 years ago, right, like, shows exactly what we're talking about. 250? Yep. Thank you. Caviar. Nice. It's why they boost. Bingo. Yeah. Grabog, yeah, exactly, man. Yeah, see, control system, Mars, MS. I'm not sure what MSC and Nastran is, but here, let's go a little bit further. Hey, guy. Nice keyboard. I'm figuring stuff out.
Shall we play a game? How about a nice game of chess?
Seriously though, computational analysis in like 1986, 1987, when it looks like this is pretty damn impressive. Nastran is the NASA development of finite element analysis from Fortran. Oh, so it's okay. Yeah, FEA, got it.
How about a nice game of chess?
Oh, this is freaking fascinating. Oh, This is a dynamic analysis of shuttle outgassing. And how the RCS shooting off is going to affect the solar panels in the vacuum. Interesting. I'll bet you this analysis was still valid basically until the end of the shuttle program. Yeah, this all found its way into the ISS, the robotic manipulator system on the track mechanism. I don't know what those are. What in the hell is that? What the frick did we just see? That's a lander. That looks like a lunar. Yeah, Blueberry, I know this is the dual kill station, but I've never seen a render of the dual kill station with a lander like that. Have you? I knew about the dual keel and I knew about the power tower. Heck, I knew about the dual keel with the on-orbit clean room for satellite servicing. Yeah. Hubble's orbit is in 27.5 degree inclined orbit. Space Station Freedom was supposed to be in a 27.5 degree inclined orbit. And what they were going to do is instead of having the shuttle go and wrangle the Hubble Space Telescope, they could have a tug bring Hubble to the space station, and then the shuttles would drop off parts there and they could fix them. That's what that thing is up there. It is a Hubble servicing bay. Yeah, that was one of the ideas for Space Station Freedom with its dual keel design. Yeah, and apparently also lander construction. Oh God, this is so upsetting. It's so cool. Like, a child's dreaming. Like, dude, I knew the shuttle was good. I knew it was good, but this is what it was designed to do. This is what the weekly flights would have been needed for, to build stuff like this. Passing, right? This is why I get annoyed when people say, the shuttle was terrible. No. It had its birthright was this. It had it taken from it. That's upsetting. I hope that Elon knows stuff like this, and I hope exactly. Law Dog, as per usual, when we play Kerbal, you're reading my freaking mind, dude. I hope they designed Starship to be able to do stuff like this. Really? You think SpaceX uses something this good to simulate parachutes opening? Yes. The orbiter was the semi-truck to create the reusable highway. That is what STS was all about, shifting focus away from landing on the moon to developing a complete space living architecture and transportation. The shuttle was a good idea, but the reusability part of it was not as good as it should have been. No doubt, Cyborg. But if you go look at NASA's funding, so think about this for a second. You're absolutely right. The shuttle never achieved its goal of lowering the cost of reusability. That's because NASA was afraid to fly it a lot because it killed people. Rightly so. That's fair. But what's really going to get your noggin jogging is when I tell you that NASA designed the shuttle literally for the price of the Gemini program. Similar budgets. Yeah, in dollars. I mean, even adjusted for inflation, yeah. They designed the damn shuttle they designed the shuttle with the budget of the freaking Gemini program. Yeah, that's right, Moto Kid. Construction length. Oh my. Assembly flight 16. Months from first launch. 44. Here, look, I'll show you. My head's behind it. They did all this analysis, all this testing. Not to mention they launched it for the price of the goddamn Gemini program. How does that even happen? How does that happen? So the solar panels getting battered by the thrust of the shuttle was not a design flaw? No, they designed the solar panels to have play on purpose, Shuts, because they're designing them for atmospheric drag. They probably had to figure out that the shuttle outgassing would probably be the maximum amount that they could take before they tore. And even then, they did tear sometimes. But you got to remember, these solar panels are also built like a Kevlar vest. So like if it gets hit by a micrometeorite, it's designed to just kind of wiggle around instead of having it punch through. Better 3D renders of the shuttle docking ports. Let me see. Yeah. Look at this. This was the power arm. That's the receiving end for this thing. This one right here.
Discovery.
That's the station side receiving end of this. The ROU, the remote operated electrical umbilical. That was the pilot. That was the pilot thing that got everything lined up. And then it attached to the space station, and the space station pulled the shuttle in. These things retract. Look. See how it's conic? It's like a Soyuz docking port. And then the pedals, the PDA latching hook, latch to these things right here, and then it pulls it in. Muffin, 62-month resub. What's up, man? My EJ design senses were tingling, so I opened up Twitch and look what we find. Holy crap, this thing is cool. They designed this in a cave with a box of scrap. Tony Stark, man. Arc reactors eat. Yeah, that's right, Lafnoff. I know. We got cold feet with the space shuttle. We didn't. Politicians. Huh? Let's see. What else do we got in here? You found another one, Pimbo? How the frick Pembo went digging through his archives. Oh, look! What is more sad is they did all the work for the Space Station Freedom for first launch in 1990, and then in 1985 funding was pulled, so NASA had to do a complete rework of all that design work and seek international partners. Pembo. There it is. This is a I mean, this is an old... This would have been an old version of it, but... Yeah, there it is. Oh, Pimbo, thank you for sharing this stuff, dude. This is fascinating. This looks like an early version, though. What's the date on this? September 30th, 1974. They had the idea for that Space Station Freedom docking port in 74, man. For that docking port. Oh my goodness. Is that 78 or 74? This hurts. This hurts. This hurts. They had the ideas for how this whole thing was going to go together. Oh, this is... Wait. Space Lab ATM feasibility study. ATM. ATM right gyro, ATM lock actuator. Yeah, see, this is 1974. They weren't even sure what the shuttle was going to look like yet. No. It's okay, Laughnuff. Starship will do this. Starship's gonna do stuff like this. I guarantee. Yeah, no. Betting against Elon Musk doesn't seem like a wise decision, especially in the last 10 years. It didn't seem to. Every time someone's tried to do that, it didn't really work very well. Yeah, this is like a pre-production prototype or a older design study of that docking mechanism. That still blows my mind that they had this stuff all figured out, Pembo, by like 70, 73, 74. Let me see, Hell Hydra. What is that? Oh, wow. I found a thing that I own that I'm going to DM you a photo of with your permission. Yeah, go ahead, Death. That's fine. Yeah, it's alright, Stuart. Don't worry about it. Wow, this is fascinating stuff. I'm getting so many ideas. Where is the thing on... There's the cupola. There's the mobile servicing center. That's on the ISS. That thing actually ended up flying. So did the GEM. The JEM exposed facility. That's still there. I'm going to go ahead and guess that the data management system is probably Freedom derived. Save these files if you hadn't already. Found the full page. Oh yeah, Thomas? Yeah, there it is. Man. Yeah, Bob's, that's right. Yeah. A blackout area for Tidris? Over Baikonur? That's weird. I don't know what that's about. What?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Kobe! It's official. What's that, Lavi? Okay, we got an SLS update. NASA has decided to roll SLS back to the VAB building to repair an upper stage helium valve and fix a leaking hydrogen umbilical. While a contractor, Air Liquide, repairs a gaseous nitrogen supply that comes into the Space Center via a pipeline. Interesting. Kobe, you coming to Vegas for the F1 race next year? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'm trying to figure out where we can get a module breakdown. Here. Typical attached payload mechanism. Yeah, see, the exposed facility and Kibo, that all ended up flying. this is dope. What in the balls, man? That's awesome, Dr. Death. Jeez. 5 more minutes of this, I'm gonna get mad. Not my fault this is happening. 92. Here, we're on page 47. Let's see. Yeah, August of 92, Rocket Guy. So this is like, SDI, right? Yeah. NASA got a big boost in the late 80s. So like 80, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So they got Space Station Freedom basically back up and ready to go, right? And then NASA. And then they in 93 the Cold War ended and they axed NASA's budget, and we got the ISS instead. The SSPF is still there. That's still there, where they put the space station modules together. So this is Space Station Alpha, yeah. Yeah, the SSPF is there. It's not called the SSPF anymore. I'm pretty sure that's Neil Armstrong Operations and Checkout. They use the Orion. That's where they build Orions nowadays, I think. I'm not sure if that's the same building. I want to go back into the module breakdown here. Another day, another wet dress teleconference. NASA will hold a media teleconference at 3 p.m. on Monday. Oh boy. Also, Hell Hydro. Interesting. Nice, Gully. That's cool. Laboratory, HAB module, GEM, ESA, attached pressurized module. That's the Columbus module. The APM and the JEM and the HAB. No, the HAB module didn't flow. That budget cuts. The laboratory flew. That's the Destiny module. The GEM is up there right now. These all the US lab, the GEM, and the APM are parts of the ISS now. Resource nodes. Centrifugal accommodation node. Yep, that got axed. The cupola's up there for sure. Pressurized logistics modules. PLM. Unpressurized elements. The integrated truss assembly got up there. Mobile servicing center got axed. The exposed facility is there. Unpressurized logistics carrier is there. Alright, let me go down a little bit. Actually, official Passat. Yeah, I got you, Lab. Let me look. Ooh. Did you find something? Alright. I'll check that out in a second, Death. Oh. Oh. Yeah, see, the payload racks and stuff, those ended up becoming a thing. That's all a thing. Oh, wow. 48 megabytes a second. Nice. Megabits per second. Yeah, that's not better. Yeah. I don't know, Lavitz. I don't know. Still beefy for the day. Yeah, well, they got to have a data downlink. All the systems are remotely monitored. Everything is remotely monitored on the station, so they had to have a pretty damn good connection. But see, like, that's the thing, guys. You need to have a constant connection to the ISS. So that forces NASA to try and come up with something that's better. Well, NASA would first look for an off-the-shelf application. They're not going to look at a 28K modem because it's 1992, right? Or even a 16K modem or a 12 or whatever. I don't even know what was there at the time. I was 4 in 1992, right? Like, that's not good enough. They can't handle the bandwidth from the telemetry being downlinked by the ISS. They needed something better, so they had to engineer something better. And in return, that can get, that technology gets out, because it's NASA, it's not patented. It goes out into the market, and then we get better internet. I'm not sure if that's exactly what happened, but it...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
These timelines match for when high-speed internet started coming around. Whoa, Joe! Welcome to Mission Control. Your go at throttle up. I got it, Penta. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, 40 megabits, not megabytes. Yeah, 48 megabits per second. That's fast for 1997. And WoW players rejoiced. I remember. Yeah. Remember when we got a cable modem installed. It was like 2000 or 2001. I was like, oh my gosh, you mean I could load the whole page all at once? What? How much you want to bet NASA's still using something like this? Yeah, I know, Pop. It's pretty nuts, huh? Yeah, no, Mom, you can't. I'm on the phone. Like, you can't call. No, I'm using the phone. I can't pause. No. Oh, come on. Yeah, I remember playing like Doom and stuff. Not Doom. It would have been Tribes at the time. Tribes at the damn 56K modem. Your grandmother's calling. I need to use the phone. No, Mom, I can't pause this. Damn it. Hang up the phone. Oh my God. Blueberry, if only with the For All Mankind timeline. Well, to be fair, we got most of this. We got most of it, guys. To be fair, we got most of this. But once again, Blueberry, we got a good deal of it right now. And if you think about it, we got stuff like Starship, you got stuff like SLS, you got Falcon 9, you got Atlas with with Starliner. We got Dream Chaser. We live in for all mankind freaking timeline. Like, it's pretty damn close. It's just a little bit late. Better late than never. What bothers me about this is that, you know, NASA comes up with these, you know, they get, you know, somebody says, come up with all these ideas. This is what we need to do. And NASA comes up with all these great ideas. And they're like, yeah, I see what you're doing there. But, like, maybe do, like, half of that. Everything is just a damn consolation prize. Ugh. You know, like, Tribes was awesome. Yeah, one of the first shooters I played. Back in the day, man. Been on the internet for a long time. Shazbot, come get high over here. Old school, man. Literally half. This is why you ask for twice of what you really need. But, like, yeah, Apocalypsis, you're absolutely right. And that's what they did with the Apollo program. But, like, when they get told to, they're like, we need you to design us a space station. So NASA designs a space station. They come up with all this technical expertise. They come up with all these things, all these awesome ways to do things, all these great ways to interface with the shuttle, power transfer, data transfer mechanisms. Like, you come up with all this stuff, and they're like, I know I said just a second ago to do all that. Yeah, just do half of it. Everything's a goddamn consolation prize. It's annoying. Now, to be, like, once again, to be fair, we got the mobile servicing center. That's up on the ISS. That's cool. Yeah. Fighting in space. Imagine that. Stupidest thing I ever heard. There's the drive hooks for the CBMs right there. Man. The NRO 85 patch of the range. Nice. Excuse me.
Can I have the last White Claw?
Yeah, go ahead. Excuse me. Yeah, exactly, Lavitz. Modern problems require modern solutions. Real women drink White Claw. I need to see some things. Wait, what was that? There was another option there. What is that? Neat. Alright. That's been there. Since when? I need to look at something, if you don't mind. Lavitz, I'll be honest with you. I'm sure there's a problem with what you're saying, but if there is, I don't know what it is. Sounds good to me, man. Let's do it. Sounds good to me, my brother. Let's do it. You do mind? Oh, all right. I won't do it then. There's my baby. Oh. There's my baby right there. Yeah, you guys know that thing that I'm talking about how the shuttle docks to Space Station Freedom? I built it already. It's right there. Yeah. This is where I was going with the shuttle when I stopped, when I just got sick of it. But, yeah. Yep, with its berthing mechanism and everything, and a docking port. And I also have the remote manipulator system as well. We have the RMS. Hey, J Corn Iron Oak Corn Jake man. How are you? What's up, dude? Iron J Corn Oak TV man. Alright. I need to see something. What happened to the original Canadarm? It's sitting in front of Space Shuttle... or one of them is sitting in front of Space Shuttle Discovery at the Smithsonian. The other one is still attached to Atlantis in the museum. Doing good. Just got hired to write for a space news channel. Got hired to write for a space news channel? Which space news channel? Excuse me. Now make a pad for it. Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Let's see if I remember how to do this. GLS is go for main engine start. Nope. Stop. Docking ports didn't hold. RSLS abort, beginning engine drying and pad safing procedures. Oh, there's your problem. Hang on. Alright. Let's try this. Ready? Much better. Here we go. Stop it. Stop it. Come on, shuttle. Come on, baby. Stay with me. There we go. Stop rolling. There we go. Stay with me. Okay, we're past max dynamic pressure here. She's veering off a little bit, guys. Okay, throttling up. Right down the pipe. Everything's looking good. We're back in the track. Roll is adverse yaw due to side slip. Yeah, I launched it without the SAS on, Rocket Guy. Sorry, it's been a while. But yeah, you're right. That's why I had to correct. Okay. Nils, I'm not sure if SRB SEP still works. The tail off is still working correctly. Our fuel loads are nominal. That's all looking right. Even after the RSLS abort, still looks good. We'll see if she works. Thrust tailing off and SRB standing by for separation. Booster officer reports nominal separation. Guidance systems now converging. Shuttle's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff. Felt good, man. I did a space troll, yeah. I checked it out a little bit. Thanks, Gordon. Stand by for Miko. It's too high. Seems like NASA and the Department of Education jumped the gun a bit on this. What's that, Hell Hydra? The dream becomes reality. Yikes. Okay, shuttle Noam's 1 required. Welcome to space. What's final orbital insertion? 0.3, injection 178, LAN 50. 245.6, eccentricity 0.17. It's okay.
Discovery.
Yeah, Pie Guy. I'm kind of amazed it still works, dude. We don't need the Aero UI up here just yet. Okay, Ohms 2 is dialed into the computer here. Shuttle, you go for payload bay door open. Yeah, Pi, little bit of a weird thing during like liftoff with the sequencer, right? And I could program it to be a sequencer. We could do that. And a little bit of a weird thing going on with SRB separation, but other than that, it worked pretty damn well. Are the boosters still flying? No, we lost the boosters. We wouldn't have circularized before that. Hey, someone gifted Hell Hydra a sub. Right on. All right, let's go over here. Okay, stand by. get this ohms 2 burn in. And ohms 3, believe it or not, will be a slight deceleration here. Shuttle, you go for ohms 2. Ohms 2, nominal. We have positive perigee here. Stand by. 5 seconds. We got flame out there. Or, well, engine cut off there on the orbiter maneuvering systems. Okay, so now we gotta get to PE, and I need to get this to about 100. So we need to do a slight deceleration here. Slight deceleration at perigee. There we go. Time warp us over there. Is politics stuff allowed? Generally try to stay away from it, Bololo. Yeah, so let's talk about space stuff, dude. I don't want to talk about nukes. I don't want to talk about that stuff, my brother. Okay, stand by for the ohms 3 burn. I love it, Doom. George, I found your channel. I bought KSP years ago, then struggled with it. Now I can learn by watching. You can ask me a question, Magic Turtle, anytime about KSP or space, no matter what I'm doing. That's my rule. Okay, I'm shut down. Any questions about KSP? Anything at all? Saw an amazing place earlier today for sale. Later learned it was 800K. I hate my existence. Yeah, I know what you mean. We're 101 by 99, which is just okay. That's fine. Alright. Great place to learn how to break the game, too. Thanks. Opening up the lights here, putting the lights on. I know it's clipping into that just a little bit, but that's okay. Working to keep the orbiter facing towards the sun right now. That's what I'm looking into, Def. Guys, I'm honestly looking into how well this thing still works. No, it's not a guarantee that I'll use it. I'm just looking into seeing how well I designed it. Alright, Nils. How old is Collins now? The revision date on this T-Man said January of 2020. RMS moving into the work position here. Nice, Panta. Did this triangles actually work for alignment? That was the last thing I was working on for Collins, RJ. That's what this payload bay configuration was for, to test that exact thing. I think the next day after this, I started career mode and I played with career mode for a little while. And then when I kind of was like, meh, with career mode, I did mission mode. That's what I've basically been doing, career and mission mode since the pandemic. I missed the modular space transporter system. That was a great design for modular ships. It's pretty good, man, yeah. I know, RJ, I know. You asked. All right. How well can we wrangle that module out, and how well can we attach it? So let's open the shield here on that. Turn this a little bit. 10 there. Alright, so we need to attach this to right there. The whole line of missions was killed by the Minma space exploding when adding a module, pretty much. Okay. Shut those off for SVI. Bits from Paper City! I agree, Doom. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I'm just seeing if all my systems still work. We're gonna try to wrangle this payload, dudes. See if it works.
Discovery, go at throttle.
Slackster, 18-month resub. Doesn't the claw use thermometers? Yeah? Oh, nope. Set to 75. $75 is too much. 70. 70 is looking good. All right. Extend the clamp. Latching end effector is in the open position. This is what I was up to 2 years
Discovery,
ago.
go at throttle up.
Hey Eisenar, 35-month resub. Latching end effector is grappled. Close it. Got a little bit of binding on the arm. We're gonna dampen it out there. Have they fixed like 90% of the reason why this was needed? Yes. For the most part. I'm just seeing if it still works, demo. I'm just genuinely curious. Okay. We're gonna ungrapple, unlatch the payload. Back off. Hang on a second. It looks like it's snap docked. That's no problem though. Boop. Now that should fix that. Close the shield to make sure that that doesn't happen again. Okay. Okay. Alright. Alright, close her up. Okay, we're back into position. Set this back to 10. Okay. 10 is correct. Okay, reopen the latching end effector. LE's open. Okay, latching end is on the grapple, closing it up. Okay, stand by for hook retract. Hooks didn't go. There we go. Hooks retracted. Okay. Opening up the latching mechanism. I made that the space shuttle latching mechanism, fellas. Yeah, we made it in this. I made a Kraken Tech version of it. Okay.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Ian, 42, 42, 42. All right. Let's have some fun. Stop at the 45 mark. We're rotating the new module, or the module up into place. I got a bunch of ideas, dudes. Never, Canadian. Never. Never happening, dude. Never happening. Never. Hell no. Man, hell no. It's mine. You can't have it. Give away trade secrets? Yeah, what are you, nuts? It's false. It's fiction. We made it up. We made it up. We made it up. False. Fiction. Never happened. It never happened. Wrong. Pretty cool, huh? Passing, we gotta use this, man. We gotta use this thing. I'm thinking up like an architecture, like, what would you guys think about like an architecture where the shuttle and
Discovery,
SLS
go and throttle up.
are my two launch vehicles? So we use the shuttle and SLS like Project Constellation style. Scrap. Three days to set up the shuttle. No. No, 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 no. No, we would be making some modifications to it. The Moon Mule architecture. You were here for that, Dish? Shuttle Nerva?
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Man! What's going on? Okay. It's way too high of a traverse rate. Yeah, that's right, Demo. Look at my subscriber badge. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, you drive a hard bargain. Clamp this up. Bring it down to 65. Come on now. Come on down. I got it, Wes. Yeah, I understand, fellas. I understand you want more launches. These kinematics get a little bit complicated.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Come on, baby. Come on. I missed it. RJ gifted a sub. Hello? Oh, hi, Corbin. What's new with you? Nope, that's not the right way. Put that back that way. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, I ended up not doing this. This is tough. It's really hard to get that centered correctly. Okay, I think that was what we needed. Alright, let's bring this back down here. Moving too much. Yeah, the music is sick, dude. Okay. Okay. Alright, bring her in. Come on. Set this to... We need to increase. Or no, decrease. Set it to 35. Come on. We missed. Damn it. There we go. There we go. No, no, no. Come on back now. It didn't like it, guys. The arm is actually pretty easy to use. It's my stupid docking mechanism that sucks. This, whatever I was trying to do with the pedals or whatever, it's pretty dumb. So the top part being closed doesn't matter. It really should be open for it to dock correctly, Jacorn, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, it doesn't like it. Alright. I'm not gonna put it back in the payload bay. I just wanna... The hooking mechanism doesn't work, and I didn't deploy this docking port, so it's fine. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna set this to 60. Yeah, I think the kinematics all wrong. Alright. Extend it out. Open up the latching end effector. And let the damn thing sail. Bye-bye. Yeet! Get out of here with those eye holes. Alright. Reset. Reset to build angle. Reset to build angle. Reset to build angle. Reset to build angle. Come on, you could have gotten more on it than that. You said moron. So, how would we alleviate snap docking, fellas? That's what I'm kind of wondering. How would we do that? That's right, Element. Last. Okay, demo, what's up? Sorry, I was a little bit focused there. I think you might like this. I've been doing research on real-life arrow capture methods and decided to design something similar to this, what I've seen in the papers. This can get set to doing an arrow capture and land, then return to Kerbin to arrow capture and land without any refueling. Plus, it can change its inclination during entry by 25 degrees. That's cool, man. That's really cool. That's some IXV stuff right there. Dump the docking port magnet strength. Yeah. So it locks back into the right spot, Yard. Transistor. We got to get it aligned and then crank the magnets. That one is set to 100 Yarg. I think my latching and defector port is set to 0. Inspired by this paper. Oh, that thing is pretty cool, demo. Yeah, that's neat. Hey DRP, I'm just messing with Collins. I wanted to see something. What do you think, Yard? That's gonna get in the way. It's gonna bind up the. It's gonna bind up the robotics. I might be better off just having a stowing mechanism like the actual shuttle did. RJ, it didn't really lock in how I wanted it to. Maybe if we set the traverse rate high and then did something like this. Nope. Use the piston. The piston isn't attached to the docking port, banana time. Yeah, that type of latching system is not going to work very well. Yeah, that thing's just still chilling over there. You know what? I should be able to lock all this out. I think at the time I was afraid of locking things because I thought it drifted the hydraulics. I don't think that's true though. So if I set this, for instance, to root, and then we just shake this thing around a little bit. Yep. Okay, we're clean. Yeah, locking this stuff out is fine. That'll work. Okay. Close the latching mechanism. Alright. Shut the payload bay light. Payload bay lights are off. Okay. I think that's good to get home. I think. Let's bring her back down. See what happens. Think we can do it? I hope. Could you explain how you did the ohms pods? Trying to figure mine out. It's 3 structural fuselage, or no, 2 fuel tanks where the fuel tank should be on the real ones, and a structural fuselage, and then some nose cones. And then in the back, there's some heat shields. Okay. Switching to the ohms control point here. Oh, man, this thing, dude. We made this thing so well. How many parts is the shuttle by itself? It's 410 parts. Ah. We can optimize this stuff, though. I can optimize this. We can get that part count down. There's so much stuff that we don't need. Like the latching and defector doesn't need to be that complicated because we have same vessel collision. This was designed to work without SVI. I would hope so. Yeah, I worked on this thing. Yeah, 2018, 2019, Rocket Guy. Took me months. It still works. It still works great. Seriously, works fantastic. Like, the thing really, really does a good job. Well, I don't know how well, but we will soon. I don't know if this is going to make it home. I don't know the re-entry trajectory. Okay. Orbiter, you're go for payload, bay door close. Orbiter maneuvering system engines are pressurized. We have good helium back pressurization on the ohms. Stand by. Nah, you guys helped me through the design process with this. Come on. Pretty much, Rocket Guy. This is... I know that Collins's re-entry trajectory is a Dart is a modified version of Collins' re-entry trajectory. Give me right there. Right there. That'll do it. We can swing the shuttle around if it's too much. It's no problem. This thing is super... Trust me, this thing's dialed in. I'm not worried. It might not work exactly like real life Rocket Guy if I'm remembering right how it flies. I think it flies too well. Generates too much lift because wings. Instead of... There should be panels down here. But... I've never had it do that before, but I've never ridden a re-entry trajectory like that, dude. We could try. Rocket Guy, if that's the case, I'm gonna increase this burn. I'm gonna increase it to 30. Collins sails pretty damn well. Let's see what it does here. Okay, stand by for ohms 4. Ohms 4 burn for deorbit has been enabled. It is what it did, Rocket Guy, yeah. I've never flown Collins on a trajectory like that, though. Okay. Got a nominal burn. Shutting down. Holmes engine are shut down. We're reorienting the shuttle here. Speed brake control. Speed brake control actuation check is good. Body flap actuation control. Body flap actuator control is good. Bring up the aero UI. Control input UI. Control surface UI. Here. Well, it's, I mean, passing, even if I flew it with, like if we put panels on it, it's still a really, really balanced design. Okay. You know what? I'm going to shut those off. Let me just put that over there. Body flap is down here. Speed brake is up there. Just keep that one high for the upper control, and yeah, that one down. Perfect. We won't need the aero control surfaces through entry here. Lock the gimbals out on the OHMS engines. We don't need those. And then make sure we're controlling from the right point. Yep, okay. Let's time warp. Stand by for entry interface here. Okay. How's the trajectory looking? 30 yeah, trajectory. This is good. I mean, we're gonna come in for a night landing here, but that's okay. No problem. Power generation is still good. Fuel cells are working correctly. Yeah, Gorthan, I'm using a joystick. You can see my control inputs on the stick right there. Okay. Not heating up just yet. Should really get KIS. Yeah, maybe. System's looking good now. Everything looks pretty okay here. heating hasn't really even started yet. You start. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of heating on the nose cone. Use the body flap. It should be pretty dang balanced by itself, Rocket Guy. I did a lot of testing for entry interface with this, or for entry with this thing. It like watch. The SAS should barely even compensate when we start getting perturbing aerodynamic forces. Yeah, Pem, for sure. Hey Ansel, haven't caught you playing KSP in a while. What's this? I'm just messing with Collins. I need to see something. It's important. Didn't they use the body flap to shim the shuttle out, Rocket Guy, to compensate for differential payload mass? In fact, I'm pretty damn sure that that's what they used it for. Okay, here we go. Here comes the fiery stuff. Gotta bring it down. No, and it doesn't. It pitches the aero surfaces down for to remove load off of the stack and the shuttle. Nope, Rocket Guy, we could stay up there. We could stay out there. Increase the AOA. Okay. Alright, we've slowed down enough. Started the first S turn. First S turn is nominal. Don't exceed bank angle of 70. Trajectory is still looking good. Roll reversal. Rolling left. Don't exceed 70 bank angle. Everything's still looking good here. Crossing the coast at 1900. We're actually looking pretty dang well here, Rock Guy. Everything's looking good. We can try shimming the body flap down. Hey, 99. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, roll reversal right. Third S turn. $1,400, approaching the mountains. Come on, baby. Fourth S turn is looking good. Or third S turn is looking good. Guys, that's what the shuttle did. The shuttle did this. It flies at hypersonic speed. It can turn. Where do you think they came up with the idea for a hypersonic missile from? True story. Sonic booms. Just heard that. Kerbal Space Center. Okay. Speed brake is open. Body flap shim down. Control surface actuation. Authority limiter on the roll. That's 7. Pitch limiter here. Everything's looking good. We can shut off. Shut off our RCS. We don't need it. Okay, shuttle is transonic. Coming in for a heading alignment with runway 27. Yeah, Rocky Guy, that worked. That worked. It was pretty good. Okay, Colin's coming in for alignment at runway 27. Current altitude. About 30,000 feet here. Yeah, we're losing some speed, but we got plenty of altitude demo. It's in meters, mister. Yeah. So we're under 10,000 feet here. Shuttle's vertical speed. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. All right. Okay, stand by. Shutting out roll control. You're coming. Gear down. Shuttle's on the rollout. That was a pretty bad landing for me. Yeah, it slows down too much. This thing needs to, believe it or not, it needs to be heavier to fly like the real one, but yeah. I pitched up too early again. Okay, Houston, orbiter is on the rollout. Want to take us up the hangar, Joe? I'm gonna dust it off first.
Discovery.
Passing 10 subs. RJ had it. Well, that was a gifted sub a little while ago, but yeah. How'd the arm hold up?
Discovery.
Yeah.
Go at throttle up.
Dude, this is the Chadliest piece of engineering. I'm sorry. That thing is so damn cool. I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about NASA's. That thing is a monster. Oh, man, if they had gotten it to work. Holy crap. Tim has talked to Elon again. Possibly another interview in it coming. Cool. Damn. Well, mine's nice because NASA's is nice, dude. Jeez. Damn. What the heck? What is this? Huh! That's awesome, man. Elon needs a haircut. Elon doesn't care. He doesn't care. I am tweeting very much looking forward to this. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Well, shuttle works, and I think I wanted to do trade studies here, guys. And one of those trade studies that I'm figuring out is that, you know, for Project Ares, the shuttle still freaking works, man. And it works very, 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 very well. See last. Oh, okay. Hey, do you plan on going to PAX East later this month? I followed their social media and just saw there's going to be a new game called Orbit Industries unveiled and play there. Claims to be realistic and focused on space station building and management. I think it looks cool. I didn't have any plans to go to PAX. If people want to meet up, then maybe. Yeah, I didn't have any plans to do it, dude. Yep, tune up and stage tugs are the most useful of all the stages. Wow, you're going 890 in the quarter at... First run's rebuilding on 116. We'll be switching to alcohol from here. You're going 8-2 at 127 in the quarter, goalie? Wow, that's fast. I mean, I know Shmoo and I will be there. 10. Yeah, if you guys want to meet up, I'll definitely go. I'll definitely come. I'll drive in and meet up with you. I didn't have any plans to, dude. That's all. So yeah, when you guys are local, we'll do a meetup. I absolutely will. Run 1A pedal at 1/4. Damn, goalie, that thing is booking. Man, this thing still slaps, dude. Okay, 10. Well, that was fun. That thing is a pleasure to fly. It's a pleasure to fly, it really is. It still works passing. It still works great. The part count is blech. It's 400 parts by itself with the robotic arm. But I could work on better grappling mechanisms than this. And with same vessel collision, yeah, it should work a little bit better. But or it could work a little bit better, but damn, dude, this thing hauls. Man, this thing, dude, it works. Man, it works really well. Did I see this? What's that, Dr. Death? Yeah. Upgrades are needed by an off-site supplier. We'll use the time to roll the rocket back, make repairs, and review next steps. Yep. Hey, an Anon cheer. Model them? Oh. Thank you. You sent me a couple more details. Oh dear. Oh dear. For what it's worth, at least they get extra practice at rolling it back and forth. I agree, Hank. Yep. Model the complete Slick 6 pad. I feel like, it seems like we've been here before, Thomas. Like we've done this before, maybe. More bits. So what did you guys think of the shuttle? It still flies. That thing still slaps, dude. It's really good. Yeah, Lavia. Yeah, I got you. Alright, guys. Well, that was a pretty good trade study. There's some other things I have to figure out before we dial in Project Ares, but the thing is that, dude, this thing still freaking works, man. It still works, and it works really well. Launch director, creator. The launch director, LD. This thing still works, and it works well. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're gonna get ready for racing. So I guess one of the architectures for Project Ares that I think I should consider is using this. Hold. And coupling it with this. Its bigger brother. This might look familiar. Same pad passing. If we rate it out of the box, it could be done. Ares 4? No, this is Delta 5. Speak the word, EJ. You've been preaching how this path would have been great a few decades ago at NASA. It's too complicated, man. That's too complicated on the ground side. Unless we use mobile launchers, that's too complicated. I really wanted Project Ares to be quick and easy on the ground side, something that you can throw together, like as fast as Freedom. Because the way Freedom rockets go together, guys, is, you know, like first stage on the pedestal, second stage on the pedestal, payload on the pedestal, or a crew vehicle on it, right? Takes 45 minutes at best. I don't care what architecture we do, but it has to be in 45 minutes. Or a half hour to 45 minutes. 45 minutes at the latest, hour at the very latest in case something goes wrong. If integration time anywhere gets beyond that, don't do it. This would take a while to put together, and the part count would be atrocious. The part count would be terrible. These vehicles are cool, you know, like, it's cool. I love them. But the part count would be atrocious. It would be terrible. And we'd have to roll one to the pad every time, because I would have to do a mobile launcher. Or we could do the pad like Slick 6. It's possible. Okay, that's something to ponder. The shuttle still slaps, though. That thing is great. Maybe... Okay. Yeah, passing. I don't think it's doable. Scope creep. It's not scope creep, Chris. I'm doing trade studies. Trade studies is when you look at every single option. It's not scope creep. Believe me, I've played this game before. I'm just looking into things. And if we want to do good analysis on what we think is the best way to do this, we look at all options, no matter how far-fetched. That's what trade studies at NASA and systems engineering is all about. It's not scope creep. I'm just looking at stuff. Might be. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm just explaining it. Just explaining. Snackless did this. Let me see. That is pretty rad. Nah. Came in late and didn't realize it was trade studies. It's all good, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I'm like... Yeah, Chris, we just flew Collins. I just flew it again. And I did an end-to-end mission. It works excellent. Like, man, I really wish I put that much time into Dart to make Dart not suck. Lego nuclear stage. Yeah. Interesting. All right. It's stuff to consider, fellas. Yeah, Chris, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you. I would love to use the shuttle. I would love to just use the shuttle. But I'm trying to design architecture. I'm trying to design architecture that's going to get us to the moon reliably. And the shuttle is kind of at odds with that historically. So, if I was going to use it, all right, if we were going to use the shuttle, how would we incorporate it in an ironclad architecture? Like, ironclad architecture that's going to get me to the surface of the moon with the assurance that Apollo, like, did. How are we going to do that? You know? How's that going to work?
Discovery.
Dart's a piece of junk, Draco. I rushed that design. It's a piece of junk. I'm ashamed of it. And Jeb shouldn't be dead in my stupid save. Just thought, oh yeah, that's cool. Alright, we gotta get ready for GTA racing, guys. Shuttle plus Falcon 9 flyback. Yeah, but see, like, the other thing is I want to be able to make it so we could build better architectures down the road. I'm also, like, okay, I'm the stakeholder for this, guys, right? I need a big fairing. I need a big fairing. So the shuttle really doesn't give me a big fairing. So if I want a 2-launch vehicle. I want a 2-launch vehicle style architecture, like Saturn 1B, Saturn 5, or Ares 1, Ares 5. I need something like that. That's what we want. That will get us the furthest in space. Preferably would be reusable, not against going expendable. And if I was going to use Collins in that capacity, it would have to fulfill the role of Saturn 1B or Ares 1, which is ironic because Ares 1 was designed to literally replace the shuttle, but I digress. So the shuttle would be really good at building space stations. It would be really, obviously, it'd be really good at building transfer vehicles. It'd be really good at putting stuff together in space. Give us real good dexterity up in space. I could use it to install other robotic arms. We could use it to build stuff that goes to other planets. We could do another Minmus Express, and it would be great. However, once again, that would be the role of Saturn 1B. So how will the shuttle work with an architecture? If the shuttle is Saturn 1B, what's our Saturn 5? And how does it work with the shuttle and not be a freaking bajillion parts to lag the game out? Oh, Timmy liked my post. Sweet. Shuttle payload bay would be a great way to protect payloads during Duna aero capture. What about one of those Shuttle C things? It's like hanging fruit, Mitt. I can do Shuttle C. That's no problem. But A, we would be expending shuttle engines. That's a no-no. I ideally wouldn't want to do that. Or we could smart reuse it. Yeah, demo. Yep. See last 2x, please. See last. Okay, what's up? Historic science missions to be reserved for shuttle launches. Shuttle C. How would we integrate it? How would we integrate it, dudes? How could I integrate that thing without it being a freaking lag fest? How are we going to do it? What about fueling? Fueling is going to suck. That's going to be terrible. See last. You guys are clearly... Thoughts on a Sea Dragon program? I don't know. I'll explore it. That maybe. I mean, we could. Like if we did Shuttle C, hold on. Guys, once again, if you're here for GTA Racing, jump in. We could do it. It's possible. To get that big fairing. Yeah. It's just too complicated for integration, man. It's too complicated. And I'm not saying that I can't do it. I can definitely do it. The cool thing about the shuttle is that, well, shuttle stacks is that they're vertically integrated. But, like, I can't help but think, like, if we did something like this but got rid of the SRBs and put liquid fuel boosters underneath it, Saturn shuttle style, it could work. No, Hellfish. I'm not entirely sure I'd be able to do this in 45 minutes. No. It's too complicated. I could make the crane to do it. Yeah, we could do that. But that would be a complicated freaking procedure. It would be hard to do. Very hard to do. So Buran Energia. Yeah, but that throws away engines, Yarg. If I'm going to do something like Buran Energia, man, like why don't I just do Constellation? Why don't we just do Constellation, just get our stages back and just use solid first stages and focus on better transfer vehicles up there? Well, RJ, at the end of the day, it's my executive decision. I'm not letting chat vote on my architecture. I did that last time, and I didn't like where it took the stream. I didn't like the end result. These trade studies and talking it out with you guys are good things to do. It's something to explore. Oh, that's not okay. It's a good thing to explore. Falcon Heavy style? Yeah, heavy would be difficult. Heavy would be difficult, man. The more and more I think about this, the more... the more Project Constellation looks like the right move. If you went with Shuttle C, don't use that concept. Much simpler to have the engine section be a pod and then stack a fairing on top of it separately. For instance, you could use a truck to push the engine pod onto the orange tank, then use the crane to stack the payload fairing on top. Yeah, like Ariane 5 and Ariane 6's SRB launch table rocket guy, right? Like that? Yeah. Let's be honest, EJ, you really wanted to do Constellation last time instead of the SSTO. Yeah. But even Constellation, that's the other thing, Toasted. Even this. Ares 1 would take 2 seconds to put together. That would be really good. Not Ares 5, though. That would be very difficult. It'd be tough to put that thing together. Yeah. Traditional capsule style is the easiest. First stage can be recovered like a Falcon 9. Creator, that's really what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we should do Ares 1. Get Ares 1, but put a boost back and landing stage underneath it. I'm serious about that. Yeah. Falcon 9... would that work? A Falcon 9 core stage? It's literally the same size, actually. As a... well, it's almost the same... Yeah, actually, it's about the same size as a Block 5. I'm not going to make exactly Falcon, though. I'm not doing that. I'm just coming in now. The issue is having some side SRBs causes complications. Yeah, someone, basically. How would you do boost back and landing on solids? You wouldn't. Like this concept, the pod can be low on the ground so a truck can push it into place. Oh yeah, look at that there. Man, Rocket Guy, there was so much potential for the freaking shuttle and the shuttle stack. There's so many things that they could have done, and they just went with the most vanilla way. But I know the reasons, but yeah. That would have used RS-68. Oh, that's cool. Weren't you willing to... didn't you want to come up with your own design and not copy designs? Yeah. Yeah, I would like to do that as well. Alright. Cool. More trade studies. I'm gonna need another week of trade studies. Guys, next week, Kerbal's we're gonna do more stuff like this. Next week, Kerbal's gonna come at you hard and heavy. I really, really, really want to mess with this. I really want to get this done. I want to fly. I have the itch. I want to build an architecture that gets us back up into space so we can do stuff like Mint Chip, or we can do stuff like Moon Crane, or we can do stuff like just landing on the moon or landing on Minmus or going to Dune it. We gotta do that. Why don't we just make something unique that isn't based on anything else? We know our limitations in Kerbal. That's what I'm kind of honing in on, King. When I say I want to make it like Constellation, I mean a medium to heavy duty launch vehicle and a super heavy launch vehicle. The medium to heavy duty launch vehicle launches crew. The heavy big boy launch vehicle launches cargo. Or it could do cargo and crew. You could do something similar. So think Saturn V, Saturn 1B, Ares 1, Ares 5, or Ares 1 and SLS, pick one. What if you don't have a circular core stage, as opposed to having separate SRBs? Have two tanks that are attached side to side of the main fuselage, essentially the LRBs. Yeah. To put the concepts themselves together, 45-minute integration, no side boosters if we can help it, smart reuse or flyback, maybe some partial reuse is wanted but not needed, Hellfish. We don't exactly need that. Super heavy and medium duty vehicles, something like that, yeah. That is stakeholder expectations for our baseline configuration. Yeah, that's the big stuff. We can do it. We'll figure something. Freedom showed that you can make bigger rockets. You can scale it because Freedom 7 and Freedom 10 are two different rockets, and they went together the same exact way on the pad. You know what that tells me? That if we could do the same thing with a 1.8 and a 2.5 launch vehicle, we could do the same thing with a 3.75 or a 5-meter launch vehicle. The integration mechanism can be exactly the same. Just like the integration mechanism for a Saturn 1B and a Saturn 5 are literally the same. It's the same thing, same procedures. I ideally would like common architecture, like, once again, how the Saturn 5 and the Saturn 1B both had the S4B. And then the vehicle stage adapter, and then the capsule on top of that. So you're mined with this Cobra race car. That's nice, dude. Yeah, I like that. That's really neat. Give me 1 second, dudes. Just gotta build Freedom's bigger brothers. Sure, creator. So I've forgotten time and I'm nearly done with the exterior of the fire station in Minecraft. Damn, TX. Our driver managed to cut 3 seconds off its lap times today with our help. Nice, nice. What are your thoughts on runway launch stuff? King, if I'm going to do runway launch stuff, I'm making this. No exceptions. If we're doing that, that's what we're doing. I won't allow anything else. I'm serious. I don't have any new plans, dude. We're just doing trade studies. If you want to see a Collins mission, I ran a Collins mission just to see how well the shuttle still works, and it works very well, actually. So do it. But this is no fun. Like, this is going to be a snooze fest to launch this thing. A Boeing 747? What is that, Vega? That's Rockwell's Star Raker concept. It's like if you took the space shuttle and jammed the external tank in the back of the space shuttle between the payload bay and the engines, and then put XB-70 engines on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. Are we sure that we need a... No, someone. I think we can do it with just our conventional style stage. Because I know the boost back and landing works from Condor, man. So... I think the runways are just boring, dude. It's just boring. It's no fun launching stuff into space that way. We gotta use rockets, man. I never really was into this. It's cool. But it just doesn't... It just doesn't feel right. And your point is, OG Shuttle was a snooze fest waiting for it to leave the pad. Yeah, 99, I'm on the same page as you. Yeah, RB. Yeah, sure. You have misguided concepts of no fun. Eric, it just doesn't seem fun to, like, I mean, maybe, yes, I don't know. Yeah, passing, I don't know. I like the idea of launching to start a mission out. It's good, it's fun. It, like, gets people engaged, you know? I'd rather engineer a conventional rocket. Yeah. Alright. I'm putting SSTOs. SSTOs are not on the table with my trade study. I don't want that. I don't want it. I don't. So, the shuttle and SLS off the same pad could work. I could make that. I would have to we'd have to beef up Freedom's pad, but it's doable. But I mean, if we're gonna do that, I'd rather have like a conventional booster. Like, yeah, I'd rather, yeah. That could work. Yeah, someone. That's true. Or we could just do Starship. We could just do Starship, but I'm not exactly sure how we would make a payload bay for Starship. But we could just do Starship. We could do that. I'm not sure how we, like, once again, I'm not sure how we do it, but we could do it. Still said I would like to see your interpretation of Constellation. You got pretty close to the catch tower, didn't you? I caught a booster with the tower. Not coming back from space, though, Grab Shark. I caught a booster with it. I kind of hovered a booster up off the side and then dropped it on the catch arms. It works. Oh, it works. Yeah. Works better than you might think. That convinced me that the catch arms are going to work. Yeah, it convinced me. Yep. Maybe Starship with a different landing method. Hinged wing seems a bit too complicated for consistent non-automated landings. Yeah, you're not taking into account that I'm a synth. I could land it every time. I'm pretty damn sure. If I did it enough. I mean, look. When's the last time you saw me mess with Collins? I tried launching Collins once, probably like a month ago, and then before that, the last time I launched that shuttle was literally 2 years ago. I know the descent profile cold. Yeah, Ian, that's what I was thinking. I could have SLS and the shuttle operating off of the same pad. If we used a mobile launcher, if we used an ML, it could work. The problem is integrating with boosters. That could be troublesome. You do a modified Starship that's easier to land reliably.